Good morning, dear student. I am Rupak Shah from the Millennium School, South City, Lucknow. Today I will be taking your lecture number 10 on the chapter Electricity. Before I start today's content, I will just recap the thing which we have done in the last lecture. And they were the numerical based on power by the formula P is equal to VI, P is equal to V square upon R, and P is equal to I square R. And also we did some numericals on electrical energy by the formula electrical energy is equal to P into T, and also numerical on the heating effect by the formula H is equal to I square RT. And I hope all the numericals done is clear to all the students. It is suggested that all the numericals should be practiced well, and all the questions you should at least watch for 2 or 3 times and try to do all the questions which are given in the NCERT book as well as in some other practice books. So we are now ending up the chapter with some of more numericals based on these formulas only in the electricity, and we'll proceed for the new chapter magnetism in the next video. So before we end up this chapter, we are taking some more numericals on the formula based on the electricity. So I'm reading the question number 1. A piece of wire of resistance R is cut into 5 equal parts. These parts are then connected in parallels. If the equivalent resistance of these combination in the parallel is R dash, then what is the ratio of R divided by R dash? What will be the value? So try to understand the question. Here we are given with the resistance wire of value R, and we have cut them into 5 equal parts. And these parts are now joined in the parallel. We have to find their equivalent resistance first, and then we have to divide their original resistance, that is the given R, with the new resistance value. So I am explaining them one by one, stepwise. Try to understand them. This is the resistance wire given with the value R. So if you are cutting them into 5 equal parts, then the resistance of each part will become R by 5. For example, if it is cut into 4 parts, then it will become R by 4. It is cut into 6 parts, 6 equal parts, then it will be R by 6. So similarly, if it is cut into 5 equal parts, you have to write R by 5. And if you connect them in the parallels, we follow this formula 1 upon R dash, which is the equivalent resistance in parallels, to be taken as R dash is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus 1 upon R4 and 1 upon R5, because there are 5 resistances. So you have to take R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. I hope this formula is clear to you. Now we are going to the calculation part. In this part, now we are going to put the values of each resistance one by one. So 1 by R dash is equal to 1 by R by 5, 1 by R by 5, 1 by R by 5 plus 1 by R by 5. Similarly, we are putting the value, they are all equal. So if we take them up, so it becomes 5 upon R plus 5 upon R plus 5 upon R plus 5 upon R plus 5. So the value becomes 1 upon R dash. So it becomes 25 upon R. We are now doing a cross multiplication. So if you do the cross multiplication, your value become R upon R dash, which is we are supposed to find out. So this R will go here. So it becomes R upon R dash, and it remains 25 upon 1. It means we are supposed to find the ratio of original resistance upon the new resistance, which comes to be 25 upon 1. It means your answer for this question is 25:1. So I hope this question is clear to you. At least watch them 2 or 3 times. You will understand more clearly, and try to do all this question of your own. So we are coming to the question number 2 now. It's again a very important question. 2 lamps, one rated 100 watt at 220 volt and other bulb which is 60 watt at 220 volt are connected in parallels to the electric main supply. What is the current drawn from the line if the supply voltage is 220 volt? It means you are given with the 2 lamps. One lamp is of 100 watt and other is of 60 watt. Now we are now connecting them in the parallels. So if you are connecting them parallel, the given voltage is 220 volt. So try to understand in the parallels. Always remember that in the two particular devices, if any of the particular devices we are taking, which is supposed to be same voltage, but current remains different. So what we are supposed to find, we have to first find the current of the first bulb, and then we have to find the current of the second bulb. So we are supposed to find them like this: P is equal to 100 watt, V is equal to 220 volt. So for the first bulb, the current becomes I1 P upon V. P is 100 upon 220. It means the current for the first bulb is 100 upon 220. Similarly, we can calculate for the second case also. The power of the bulb is 60 watt and volt is 220 volt. It means we are again going to find the current for this particular bulb also in this way. So when we find, our value comes like this: I2 is equal to P upon V. Now in this bulb, what is the power? 60. What is the voltage? 220. Earlier, in the earlier bulb, it was 100 upon 220. In this bulb, it is 60 upon 220. So what we are going to find? The total current which is needed in the question: I1 plus I2. Because in parallels, we are calculating the current in the first resistance and the second resistance. That is, the two separate bulbs are there. So if we add them, it becomes 100 upon 220 plus 60 upon 220. Taking the LCM, 220, it becomes 160. Cut it, 8 upon 11. And your answer comes 0.727 ampere. It means in this question, there are two separate bulbs are given. We have to find their total current. And to find the total current, we can find current in the first bulb and the current in the second bulb, and then we can add them, and we find the value which comes to be 0.727. This is the easiest method that I have told to find the current. So now we are coming to the third very important question, which is in terms of electrical energy. Which consumes or which uses more energy? A 250 watt TV set at 1 hour and another device 1200 watt toaster in 10 minutes. So how we are going to find it? We are going to calculate the electrical energy separately for both the cases. So in the first case, the power is 250 watt and time is 1 hour. So if you calculate the electrical energy for the first one, power into time, so power becomes 250. What is the time given? 1 hour. It comes 250 watt hour. But if you want to convert into kilowatt hour, already I have told you it has to be divided by 1000. So if the 250 is divided by 1000, it becomes 00 cuts. So 25 upon 100. So value comes 0.25 kilowatt hour. Always remember, to find kilowatt hour from watt hour, we have to divide by 1000. So the value for the first device is 0.25 kilowatt hour. So I hope it is clear for the first one. For the second case, we are coming for the second case, that is for toaster. What is the given power? 1200 watt. And what is the time given? 10 minutes. Same formula we will be using for electrical energy, P into T. So what is the power here? 1200 watt. And what is the time given? 10 minutes. 1200 watt remains same, but always understand we have to convert the minute into hour. So what should we do? Divide by 60. So it becomes watt hour. So 00 get cancelled. You get 200 upon 1000 watt hour. Simplifying the value, 00 get cuts, 2 upon 10 remains. So you get the value 0.20 kilowatt hour. So in the first case, we get the value of 0.25 kilowatt hour. In the second case, we get the value of 0.20 kilowatt hour. So comparing both of them, the first case, that is of TV, consumes the more energy. Please understand the step, see the steps 2 or 3 times, try to calculate of yourself. For both the cases, formula used will be P into T. Always remember that you have to find the watt hour first and then divide by 1000 so that you can get the value in kilowatt hour, and then compare both the values. The value which is coming greater will consume more electricity. So I hope this question is also clear. So we are coming to the last question of the chapter. As a practice, I will just suggested you that do all the question from NCERT and other helping book and find what are the queries you have with the numericals. Practice them well And whenever you feel any type of difficulty, contact us and try to find the solution of the particular question. Okay, question number 4. Compute the heat energy generated which is transferred by 96,000 coulomb of charge which is used for 1 hour with a PD of 50 volt. I'm reading the question once again. Compute the heat energy generated while transferring 96,000 coulomb of charge in 1 hour through the PD of 50 volt. It is always desired to write the known quantities. What is given? Charge 96,000 coulomb. What is the time given? 1 hour. What is the voltage given or a PD given? 50 volt. What you are supposed to find? Heat energy. The formula is P into T. Since P is not given, but P can be written as P is equal to VI. The formula V into I into T. So just writing the formula of I becomes Q upon T. See here, TT get cancelled. You get V and Q. There is no use of T here because T gets cancelled from here. So no need of putting any value of T here. It is just given for the sake of the numerical. But TT get cancelled. We need to only put the formula of V in Q. So putting the value of V 50 volt and charge 96,000, we get 48,000,000. So we can convert this 1,000 as kilo and rest all will remain same. So the value comes 4800 kilojoule. Please understand the question once again. Charge given 96,000 coulomb, time is 1 hour, voltage is 50 volt. What you are supposed to find? Heat energy. Power into T. No power is given, so you are applying the formula of the power V into I. V is given to you. I Q upon T, because I is not given to you. Charge is given. I is always defined as Q upon T. Always remember the formula I is equal to Q upon T. So TT get cancelled. We are just putting the value V into Q. 50 into 96,000. So your value comes 4800 kilojoule. So these are the important questions that we have discussed. There are many other questions to be discussed, but that will be done during the revision time or whenever we come next for the revision of the chapter. We'll do all the questions which are very, very important in terms of your board examination. But at this moment, we suggest you to complete all the questions given in the NCERT examples as well as the in-text questions as well as the exercise questions, last question which is given at the last of the chapter. So try to solve them. There may be some problems, some queries. You are always happy to we will always have happy to help you if any type of queries are there given to us. I told you that you can WhatsApp to us, you can call telephonically to us or give us any call, so that we are always there to help you for any type of problems you face. But ultimate aim is that you understand the topic well and no problem should be there in your mind. So next time I told you that we will be starting the new chapter called magnetic effect of the current. Already we have studied the electrical effect. So next time we will be going for the electricity based question only, but they are magnetic effect of the current. So the chapter is called magnetism. So we will be dealing about large amount of magnets, magnetic effects of the currents. So at the same time we will be dealing about the generators and all. So before we start the chapter, it is suggested that you must understand the electricity chapter much clearly. At this moment we are not giving any IPs or homework, keeping in mind that your exams are going by. But as soon as we start the new chapter, we are going to give you the IPs and homework. And we will be loading this video in the FlipLearn as well. So you can observe this thing in FlipLearn as well. So stay safe. Thank you so much.